Dean D. Davison, liveweatherblogs.com meteorologist. This is part one of your winter outlook, official winter outlook from liveweatherblogs.com. I'm happy to bring it to you. Let's start off with how snow forms. Snow forms much like precipitation when the cloud cools and condenses and gets free precipitation. When it is freezing through the whole entire atmosphere, you get snow. Snowflakes come in many different varieties and different forms, and we can go into that at a later time. But that's how you get snow. Usually it will happen in your Alberta Clipper type storms, and it will happen also in your nor'easter storms. It all depends on how much precipitation, how it falls through the atmosphere. Sleet, on the other hand, forms much like snow. It forms like any precipitation form. The clouds form. You have the precipitation's too heavy, it pushes down, and then the snow goes into a shallow warm layer here, depicted here with the red, and then refreezes when it gets below freezing, and it hits the ground like little pieces of hail, and that's what you call sleet. And sleet is ice pellets that hit the ground, not to be confused with freezing rain, which you'll hear about in one moment. Freezing rain in winter will start off as snow. It'll completely melt to rain, and what happens is it hits the ground. Right above the ground there's a shallow, super cold air, and when it hits the ground it freezes on contact. When it does that, that's what we call freezing rain. That happens when the ground is frozen, and right above the ground, maybe 35, 38 degrees, but right at the ground level, everything is frozen, and when it hits that frozen concrete or frozen road, it'll glaze over, and that is ice and freezing rain, and that could be a huge issue, and looks to possibly be a huge issue here during the winter. In jet streams, we have the southern jet and the northern jet. The northern jet gives you a lot of Alberta Clippers. A lot of the cold air comes from your northern jet. A lot of the moisture and warmer air comes from your lower jet or your southern jet. Sometimes these two come together in a phase. If that happens, you usually get a monster storm with bombogenesis occurring along the east coast, which sometimes is the most potent of the storms that we can get in the winter. These do happen in La Nina years. Pinpoint 1996 for an example. So if you have a northern jet, you're going to get a lot of more lake effect snows. You're going to get a lot of the Alberta Clipper type storms. If you get the southern jet, you might be getting more rain and more ice. Ice may be a situation that we have another problem with, or freezing rain, this winter, especially down here in the Triad and Roanoke area, and that can go up the coast easily. But these areas definitely have an issue with ice, especially in La Nina seasons. So just remember that. The northern jet brings a lot of your cold air down. Southern jet has a lot of your precipitation. If you get the two together, it's called phasing. And if you get that, you get bombogenesis. When that occurs, you'll get the strongest part of your storm. Bombogenesis basically is 24 millibar drop in pressure within 24 hours. This will be going into more in the text version of this blog. And now you want to know about snow totals. Snow totals in the Roanoke Valley will be 12 to 18 inches. That's my call for the Roanoke area. And the Triad, 12 to 18 inches, mainly 12 to 16 in the Triad, but 12 to 18 in Roanoke. And back from Blacksburg, which is west of this line, will be 18 to 22 inches, and 10 to 15 towards Norfolk and the areas east of Lynchburg. That's my call for this winter down in the Roanoke Valley. So I hope you enjoyed the liveweatherblogs.com Winter Outlook Part 1, Jet Streams and Clippers. Stay tuned for more of them. We have 4 more coming up, so stay tuned. For liveweatherblogs.com, this is meteorologist Dean Davison. Have a great day.